this video, and I hope you'll find it to be very helpful and useful. Let's get into it. Okay, so you can teach English online whether you have a degree or not, and you can do it full-time or part-time depending on your schedule and how much time you can commit during the week. So I want to firstly talk about the equipment that you will need in order for you to get started. So you will need a laptop, a pair of headsets, as well as a good Wi-Fi connection. So get a good stable Wi-Fi. At least it must have a minimum of 10 megabytes per second. Yes. So upload and download speed, at least it must be 10 megabytes per second. And how you can check whether or not your Wi-Fi connection is good and stable and check the megabytes per second is you can go to a website, or rather you can go to a website called speedtest.com, and it will give you all the details that you need in terms of your Wi-Fi speed. So because load shedding is a thing in South Africa, if you want to do this full time, I would suggest that you invest in a UPS. A UPS is an uninterrupted power supply. I got mine on takealot.com, and at the time, I think there was a sale on Takealot and I got it for like 850. It can be quite pricey, but mine was able to sustain me during load shedding. Whenever there was like maybe like 2 or 3 hours of load shedding, I would be able to still power up my laptop, still power up the Wi-Fi as well, just making sure that I can charge my devices whenever there are power cuts. So if you're planning to do this long term, or rather full time, then I highly do suggest that you invest in a UPS. Once you start seeing that you're making money, you can just set aside anything from 800 to 2,000 Rand. Because yeah, it can be 2,000 Rand depending on when you get, because a lot of companies that hire South Africans, they don't know that or rather they don't want you to make load shedding an excuse, because they're international companies and you will be teaching international students. So they don't want you to constantly have an excuse of, oh, I have load shedding, oh, I can't teach right now because my laptop is off, my battery or rather your battery has run out, your Wi-Fi is off. So it really makes it very convenient for you to still be able to teach even during load shedding. And on the topic, while we're still on the topic of load shedding, because you never know when it happens, either it can happen in the morning or in the evening, in the afternoon. If you do plan to teach in the evening, then I would suggest that you get a ring light. Or if you don't have good lighting where you live, you can get a ring light in order for you to be able to appear well lit on camera. In as much as there are companies that will hire you without a degree, it will be towards your advantage to get a TEFL certificate. Now, a TEFL certificate is a certificate that enables you to teach foreign students. It stands for Teaching English to Foreign Learners, or Teaching English as a Foreign Language or as a Second Language, whatever. But that certificate will give you an advantage, and it will show that you have invested some sort of qualification that will propel you to teach English to foreign learners. I had purchased my TEFL certificate on a company called International Open Academy, and it was 18 euros at the time when I bought it, so that was like roughly 400 Rand. And then I can get it done within a week. I got mine done within a week, and it was all online. You can do it even in a shorter period of time depending on what it is that you are doing during the week. Do you have a full-time job? there's no pressure for you to like finish it within a week. If it takes you 2 weeks to complete the course, so be it. If it takes you a month, if it takes you 3 days, it all just depends on your commitments outside of the course that you are currently completing. So I got mine within a week and I was ready to teach. You can even purchase a TEFL course for less than 200 Rand, as little as 150 on a website called Daddy's Deals. I will put a screenshot over here of the course. I'm not too sure if it's still 150 Rand, but the last time I checked, it was still 150 Rand. If it has gone up, I'm sure it will be like 160 Rand. So just get yourself a TEFL course, get yourself the certification. It will be advantageous towards the companies that you will be applying to, as well as the students that you will be attracting to your profile when you start teaching. So now I want to get into 3 different companies that can hire you without any experience, without a degree, and how the application process goes. So I only have personal experience with one of the companies that I'm going to mention. The other 2 companies, it's just solely on having experience with applying, but I have not worked with them. So the first one that I'm going to talk about is Cambly. So the nice thing about Cambly is that their rate is set, their hourly rate. So one thing that I forgot to mention is that you get paid per hour teaching English online. So let's say that you want to commit 5 hours in a day to teach, or maybe you want to commit 8 hours in a day to teach, whether you want to do this full-time or part-time. You will get paid based on the amount of hours that you have taught that particular day. So the rates are different for different companies. With Cambly, it is set and it is $10 an hour to teach adults, $12 an hour to teach children. Now the application process is very simple. You just fill out your details, your personal information, your educational information, your work experience, and also uploading an introduction video. Read more about the introduction video once I have spoken about the companies, just to give you a few tips as to what you can say and what you can include in your introduction video. So the second company, this is the one that I have personal experience with, is Preplay or Preply. That's, I'm not too sure how you pronounce it. Yes, so on Preplay, the application process is quite similar to Cambly. You fill out your information, your education background, whether or not you have teaching experience, and also what your students can expect in your classes. So platforms like Preplay are slightly different from Cambly, because on Cambly you get there, you open your availability, and depending on the students that are online, you will get your classes for the day. And then platforms like Preplay, you have to basically like sell yourself to the students on the platform. So you have to write your bio, you have to write what you're willing to offer in your classes. Are you teaching conversational English? Are you teaching business English? If you want to teach children, are you focusing on phonics? Is it a reading lesson? Is it basically whatever that you are willing to put, or rather whatever you're willing to teach, you have to put it in your bio and you have to put it in your introduction video, basically selling yourself and selling your lessons. So that's like the only difference when it comes to Cambly and Preplay, is that on Cambly, you just get there, you open your schedule, and depending on the student's schedule, if there's a teacher online, they will dial you or they will book you. And then on Preplay, the students get to choose from multiple teachers in terms of what they want, and then that's how you get booked. And then the last company that I want to talk about is italki. So italki is also similar to Preplay in terms of the application process. Fill out your details, your experience, what you're willing to offer your students, what you want to teach. Do you want to teach conversational English? Do you want to teach business English? Do you want to teach phonics? Do you want to teach reading, vocabulary? What can your students expect when they book you? So all of that information you will put after you have filled in your personal information, your educational background, your work experience, and then you start filling in how you're going to conduct your classes, also what your students can expect. So that is how pre-play and italki are similar, and they're different from Cambly. Well, on Cambly you still have to fill in what the students can expect in your classes, because in as much as you will be getting booked, the students, you don't get random students. The students get an opportunity to like browse through different teachers and see what each teacher specializes in, because everyone wants to, or rather every student wants to improve a different aspect of learning English. It could be that they want to learn English to improve their speaking, their listening, their writing skills, or whether they want to improve English so that they can be able to communicate well in the workplace. So if you have experience in terms of using English in corporate spaces, using English in conversational spaces, which we all do if you are an English speaker, we all have conversational skills. So every student is different. So I will just advise you to put all that information in your bio, what you're willing to teach, and also what skills you have in English. Do you have writing skills? Can you help them write good emails? Can you help them write letters? Can you help them pronounce words better? Can you help them with their vocabulary? So you just put it out there in your bio, and this is also information that you can put in your introduction video. So everything that you have put in writing in your bio when you apply for these teaching positions, you are going to put in your introduction video. So the introduction video is going to be short. It's going to be less than a minute. Basically, you are going to introduce yourself. You can mention where you're from, and you're also going to put in the information in terms of what you will be offering in the lessons that you will be teaching. So the purpose of an introduction video is so that the students can get an opportunity to see you, to hear you, and also to hear whether or not you are able to articulate yourself, how you pronounce specific words. So no pressure. Don't put on heavy accents or try and portray yourself in a different light. I mean, just have a neutral accent. Speak slowly, because remember that the students that you will be teaching, they don't have English as a first language. So your pace should be slower than usual so that they can hear you articulate yourself, and they can hear you pronounce certain words, you know. So just keep that in mind, that the students that you'll be teaching do not have English as a first language or as a home language. So they're going to want to hear you properly. Have a neutral accent as well. Don't try and put on an American accent or a British accent. Just be yourself in your introduction video. Also smile. Make sure that if you want to be teaching kids, have some nice charts in your background, the ABC charts. I remember I had purchased mine from China City. They were like 10 Rand per chart. I purchased 3 charts and I put them up on my wall, and like just have like some toys, nyana, a teddy bear, so that it looks appealing. But if you're teaching adults, or if you plan to teach adults, there's no need for the charts. Just be yourself, be vibrant, smile, speak slowly, like slow down your pace, and make sure that you are pronouncing words correctly. Just have a neutral accent, be yourself in your introduction video, and keep it to less than a minute. So yeah, and I would also suggest that you join a Facebook group called Online Support for South African Teachers. I can't remember the name of the group, but I will put a screenshot and I will put a link to the Facebook group in the description box. This Facebook group helped me so much in terms of getting exposure to other companies that hire South Africans, and also just advice. So every time I needed advice on something, on different companies, trying to find who else is working for a specific company. I would always go to this group if I had any questions in terms of like what I can expect in interviews, because let me see which company conducts interviews. Preplay, they don't conduct an interview. Cambly, there is no interview. iTalki as well, I'm not sure if there's an interview. But yeah, there are other companies out there that will require you to have an interview with them before they accept you. So whenever I would have interviews, I would go on this specific Facebook group, ask who's working for the specific company, what can I expect in terms of like the interview questions, what are they going to ask me, what is their rate. So it was really helpful. And another benefit is that in this Facebook group, there are recruiters from different companies, and they sometimes post job posts that our company is looking for 3 teachers or 4 teachers, and this is our schedule, this is our pay. Can you please inbox me if you're interested? So it gives you access to recruiters, and they will also help you, because when I would reach out to recruiters of different companies, they would give me all the information that I need. And also other teachers who are working for specific companies, they can get like a link, an application link, and basically when you apply to their company using their link, they get a fee. So whenever they would post those links, I would inbox them and ask them, okay, what can I expect? How is your working conditions? Just getting like a genuine response in terms of like how are they finding the company that they work for, instead of just like speaking to a recruiter who wants to get people in the company. So it would be helpful in terms of like asking someone who isn't like trying to get the company. A lot of teachers, just their genuine response in terms of like their genuine experience, just a review, like, are you happy with this company? How much are they paying? Are you getting booked? Questions like that. So it's a really good group on Facebook in terms of like having that online support from different online teachers across South Africa, so that you can know what to expect. So yeah, I hope that this video was helpful to you in terms of giving you some insight on how you can start your application to teach English online, and also how you can make extra money on the side, an extra 2,000 Rand a week, an extra 3,000 Rand a week teaching English online. If you have any questions, you can drop them in the comment section, and I will be sure to address them and answer them. Feel free to also follow me on either Instagram or TikTok, and you can ask me questions there. I'm mostly active on Instagram, so I would suggest that you follow me on Instagram if you want like a quick response to any questions that you have. So thank you so much for watching this video, and I will see you in my next one. Goodbye.